There we go. Another $2,000 gain on MYO. Third touch channel breakout pattern. Good night. See you later. Good morning, everybody. It is currently 7:27 a.m. on this pretty chilly February morning. I hope everyone's excited for a great day ahead, and we are about to get into a live trade. Now, what trade are we getting ourselves into? DGLY seems to be the looks of it, and what we have going on right now is I'm looking for a bounce play between 198 all the way down towards around 188, and you can see I have multiple 500 share orders looking to catch this bounce play. Now, you might say, DGLY, what's going on here? This stock isn't even, near this price whatsoever at all. Well, this is pre-market at the moment. Now, this stock did just come out with a press release, and I am going to switch over to my news streamer. It states that we have awarded our largest body contract in its history. So its largest body contract in its history. So 3-year sole supply contract for up to 5,000 body cameras and software infrastructure. Black Office is awarded by National Police Force. So this stock so far is the #1 top gainer in pre-market. The stock is currently up 119%. It ran all the way up towards around that 250 mark. It has been an awesome move. It has been an awesome climb. It has been an awesome spike so far. And I'll bring up the pre-market chart right now. So here is the pre-market chart of DGLY, and right on this blue line is where I'm trying to catch this bounce play. So the reason why I have so many orders going in on this play is because if I did, let's say, 5,000 shares at 195, I wouldn't get filled at it because it would look like a much bigger order on the level 2. So right now on DGLY, I'm waiting for this stock to have this pullback back down towards $2 and below. That'll fill me at multiple orders. Most likely my cost basis is going to be 195 then, and then I would look for a bounce back up towards around this 250 range. But this stock so far has been a pretty nice spiker, and it has been a pretty nice mover. I am just looking for this drop right back down towards around this 190-ish area for me to get filled all my shares, and then from there I'll be able to see a nice spike and a nice climb. It is also 7:30 at this time, and we usually see other press releases, so usually right around 7:30 is when we do get a quick little dip. So that's what I'm really looking forward to see if we do get this drop right here. I can get filled on some nice shares, and because the stock is up 120%, it's going to get some sort of bounce play. People are not just going to leave it and not come back. There's going to be some sort of bounce play on the stock. So that's why at this moment we're waiting for this pullback to get filled on our shares. It is currently at 203, starting to get a little bit lower. We'll get filled on our shares, look for our bounce back up towards around 220 with 5,500 shares. We should have a nice gain before 8 o'clock this morning. So sometimes it pays, guys. Sacrifice sleep for profit. I know some people never want to do that, never want to sacrifice any sort of sleep for profit, but it's definitely very important to sacrifice your sleep for profit because that's how you're going to get paid, and that's how you're going to really start making the big bucks. So if we switch over right now, I am starting to get filled on some positions because the stock is currently down towards around this 195, 194 mark. So now we're able to see the stock come on down. I am currently filled at this moment with 2,500 shares. I still have some entries that are down towards 193 all the way down towards around 188, but I do have 2,500 shares currently filled, and if the stock keeps falling on down, I'll be able to get filled even more. If it doesn't, that's all right. I'll still have a nice bounce play right here where I could start moving up and making some money. How low do I want this to go? I would like to get filled, my pure 5,500 shares if I could. That would be absolutely awesome, but if I get a bounce right here with 2,500 shares, let's say all the way back up to 225, obviously that'll be a nice entry as well. So right now, DGLY, we are looking for that bounce play to be coming on up next. We'll switch back over to that chart at this time, and we'll see if DGLY is going to be able to get that bounce that we really want to see. So DGLY, looking for that nice little bounce play. Only got filled 2,500 shares, which is half the position that I really wanted, but we'll see if it's going to be able to continue to move on up. It's a little bit more difficult in pre-market, but we'll see how much we can make right here. All right, so all my shares just got filled. We're watching DGLY. It just came down to a low of 183. So coming down to a 183, that's obviously going to fill all the shares from before. And going back over to my Thinkorswim platform, you can see everything is filled, and now we're looking for the bounce above that $2 mark. So right now I'm up $110, but I'm only up 2 cents. If this stock can break through this $2 mark, I should be able to clear up through 210, 215, and I'll be able to make some nice profit. So here we go, starting to push on up just slightly at this time. And this is also a good area to look to lock in some shares, especially coming up towards around this 210-ish mark. So we got that 208 guy trying to sell a little bit. And I'm trying to put in some areas where I know I'm going to be able to get out. Oh, and I have my entry on day. That's why it's not working. 209 going to sell a little bit. 209 going to sell a little bit. Going back down towards around 208 a little bit. So the stock's getting really jumpy at this time. A little, some orders all over the place. I have 2,500 shares left. And I may just look for a small little bounce play to get out. And I know not all my orders are going to get filled. That's the thing. So I know not all my orders are going to get filled. I'm going to switch over a really second just so you guys can see this level 2 and kind of see how crazy this level 2 is going. So let's switch over to that. There you go. So you guys can see the level 2 right now, and I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing. Now I'm looking for a 210 break. So I'm looking for that 210 break, and I know we have the level 2 underneath TD Ameritrade, but this is the one I really enjoy looking at. So look at this. We have that 210 break we're looking for, and we're going to see if we can continue to make some nice profit. There's a 212 break. Now we're going to be able to continue to move on up a little bit more, and we're also going to lock in another little 500 shares here as the stock is slowly breaking on down or breaking up through that 212 mark. Now we want the bids to go a little bit higher. I have currently about 1,200 shares left. Stock is falling back down towards around 211, so we're going to lock a little bit more out. And then right now I have roughly about 700 shares left. Let's switch back over to my TD Ameritrade account. And go right here, back to TD Ameritrade. We can look at this level 2. You see bids are now at 210 and 209, but 210's looking a little bit weak. We're going to sell 500 shares right here. And now we have, what, like 310 shares, something like that left? No, 290. Dek, get it together, buddy. I know it's early, but what are you doing? We are clear. So, that was a little sleepy profit, okay? That's why I'm dressed like a bum at the moment. $872 profit, not too shabby. First trade of the day. It is currently 7:47 a.m., and that's what we call the sleepy gains. Now I'm going to go pour myself a little cup of coffee, have some Cheerios, and sit back and get ready for a day. But what a beautiful thing about stock trading. $872 in profit within the first 47 minutes of pre-market. Honestly, if I wasn't live streaming throughout the day, I would jump right back in bed. I just made $872 right there. So not a bad trade whatsoever at all. In down towards around this 198 and 188 area. Cost basis was 193. Sold up high right around 210. Absolutely beautiful trade. $872 to kick off my day. Guys, that's the way to do it, and that's the way we love to trade. Look for the simple areas to bounce at, make your easy money, and it's really just about, being confident in yourself. If this thing starts running, third touch breakout pattern, this is where I'm going to go on an entry if this does start running here. And I say that because this play has a lot of potential. Third touch channel breakout pattern. We're going to see if this is going to spike and the stock is going to get this pop. So right here, if this goes, this is where I'm going as well. And we can see this play really starting to pick up just slightly. We're looking for that break of the third touch channel breakout pattern. Starting to get a little bit more momentum. Starting to get a little bit more hype. And starting to see the stock get a little bit more volume. All the way up towards around 1785 now. So we are coming up right towards around these new highs. We got to watch the bids. That's obviously very important to be watching the bids on this play. We do know as fast as this stock can spike, it's as fast as this stock can come on down. So obviously, there's a huge amount of potential on this stock. 2,700 shares being bought at $17.50. This play, we're looking for that $18 break and seeing if we're going to run right now all the way up towards around that $20 mark. If this stock runs all the way up to this $20 mark right at the right now on this third touch breakout pattern, that would be absolutely huge and absolutely crucial. So we could see our one touch was right up towards around 1750, 1760. Second touch was up towards around that 1750 mark, and now we are on our third touch looking for that 1750-ish mark. And now again, stock's trying to move on up. 1784 was just up on the bids. And we want to see if the bids can hold up towards around 1780 or start pushing through that $18 mark. If it starts pushing through $18, it's probably going to get halted again, I would believe. So I think it's going to get halted again, especially if it starts breaking through $18, as a lot of traders, here it goes. Here it goes, guys. There's a nice rip. There's a nice run all the way up towards around 19 bucks. We are still live in this time. We are still live in this time. A lot of traders are trying to push this all the way up towards that top $3 third touch breakout pattern. A lot of traders trying to push this all the way up third touch channel breakout pattern. And this was a beautiful spike, beautiful rip so far. Come on, get that break all the way on up towards around that $19 area now. I want to see the bids continue to climb here. I want to see the bids be able to push. 1874, that's a great push for the bids. 1880, that's a great push for the bids. Woo! The train's coming today. So right now, great work, great job. There's a little 1915 push, baby. 1910 push. Let's go. So we are still continuing to see the stock climb on up. Continue to see a nice rip and a nice run. Stock's still going. 1960 push. Get off me, MYO. Get off me today, baby. There we go. Another $2,000 gain on MYO. Third touch channel breakout pattern. MYO stepping up. That's what I like to see. Third touch channel breakout pattern, 100% out of this play, and that was 1,500 shares that I just got in on this play, bringing my total on the day so far now to $2,858, just short of a $3,000 day. Every time I think this day is going to be over, it just doesn't stop. So right now, we are watching MYO, and we are looking for our third trade of the day on MYO. We have about 30 minutes left. It's currently 3:30, and I'm looking for a dip buy, most likely down towards around this $15 range. That's where I would like to get the dip buy. There is some support at around the 1650-ish mark, but I think we're going to see a nice crack right here at the end of the day. I want to see how low this is going to get down to, and I'm just really looking for a quick pullback, fill my shares, see if the stock can shoot on up right before that 4 o'clock mark. So, I mean, it's been crazy so far. It's been wild. And I'm looking to add to that last little bit of profit that I've just made. So I want to keep it rocking. I want to keep it going. Right now, MYO, we are currently halted. We're going to see if this can drop, come all the way back on down towards, $13.64, $14. We'll see. But we just want to be able to get the stock as low as possible, because that's going to be able to lead to the most profit. So right now, haven't chased this stock from 35 bucks or anything ridiculous at 20 bucks. I'm still sitting at $2,858 in profit today with 29 minutes left in this day. This stock is going to get unhalted in about 2 minutes, and then, woo, it's game time. Game time. Let's get after it, baby. So right now we are getting lower and lower right next to that $14 area. Let's see if we're going to get a small little crack here on MYO all the way on down. And if this thing is going to be able to pop right back on up, that's usually what happens on these plays a lot of times. So let's see, $14 is our bottom support. Haven't gotten filled just yet, but very, very close. And right now we're currently tested right along that 1375-ish area. 1375, that's what we'd like to see. Bids are down towards around 1376 right now. Haven't gotten that real big, strong bounce yet. Haven't gotten that big, strong bounce yet. Ah! How many of you guys got filled? Did you guys get filled on that? I got filled 500 shares. That's it. I only got filled 500 shares down towards those lows of the 13s. So I barely got filled at those bottom areas at those low the low 1375-ish area. So barely got filled on that. The stock is moving on up, which I'm happy about, but I barely got filled on those bottom marks. Dang it! Only 500 shares. 500 shares I'm happy with. This is getting me currently up, still another $365. So I'm still up $365. I was just trying to get a little bit of a better entry. So, this is just a little small one. I'll see if this one can play out a little bit more. Well, yeah, good job, Top Gun. That's where all my entries are starting, right around that 1370-ish mark. I just couldn't, get any more filled. It was sitting right next to it. It was sitting right next to it. Here's that nice little pop back on up. Let's see if we can break $15 at least. If we could get back above $15, that would be awesome. A little break of 15 bucks. That would be nice to see. Let me see. I might add another little 500 shares here if we can break through that $15 area. That'll bring my cost basis up a little bit, but I do think we could maybe see a little bit of a move in the last 10 minutes. So I'm thinking about that. My cost basis should come all the way up towards like 14.10 most likely. Because I am looking for this nice little bounce play right here. And with only 12 minutes left, traders are going to be, I think, trying to get some sort of bounce. So yeah, that brought my cost basis all the way up towards around that 14.28 mark. Let's see here. Let's see if we get that $15 break. Came all the way down towards around 13.75, which is beautiful. I was so close to getting filled more shares. I was so close to getting filled like the almost like 4,000 shares all the way down towards like 375. It only filled me at 377 or 1377. So that's why I was like, God, dang flabbit, right? I was so close. So that's why we always want to wait for those absolute bottoms. Bids are at 1488, right? You can also look down here, 1475 right here. And we're really just looking for that break of that $15 mark. As once we start getting a little bit more action, once we start getting a little bit more activity. So let's see. I think we're going to get it because their bids are stacking nicely at 1475. Unless someone market orders out, a large amount of shares, I think we should be good here for that $15 break. Sold half at 1475. Oh, you're the reason Top Gun came on down a little bit. All right, I got 1,000 shares still. No, you're being a smart trader. Locking in a little bit as well. I'm going to take half. I'll take half here. I'll be a smart guy like you, Scooter Pie. Or excuse me, Top Gun. Let's see. There we go. Come on. Ask is all the way up at 1525. Bids are at 1470. The bids, look, got a wide open window right here. So look at the bids are at 1470. The ask is all the way at 1525. We have a wide open window right here for the bids to start pushing on up. So that's, this is a great opportunity to be able to see the stock possibly get, some good momentum. There we go, bids. Now the bids are moving up towards $15. Now we want to see if the bids are going to actually take advantage of this. I still have my last 500 shares on this play. And now the bids can even take more advantage of this if they want to. It's 1501 with a spread all the way up towards 1525. Stock is getting, there we go, 1502. Bids starting to move on up. Ask is all the way up towards around 1530. There we go, bids. Bids with a little bit of confidence. 1505 now on the bids. 1506. Watching for that possible break up towards around that, for that mark right there. All right, let me get out my last 500. All right, I am out my last 500 shares. $2,477. Okay, guys, I am done. I am out of that play, finishing off my day. And this is the final time. Here it is at the bottom right here, guys. $3,350.